Mhm. Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face, my card making space, and a completely impromptu, unplanned live. Nobody was given a heads up, so it's going to be a little, a little client, a little random, at least for a bit, anyway. But I was sitting here doing mindless tasks and thought, why not? Why not go live? Why not just see what happens? So, currently testing things again as well. I'm live on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. We'll see. It worked last time I did this. So, hello people. It seems to be working. So yeah, we're just going to chat. That's it. Literally. I am just sitting here adding labels to my ink pads. I've already done a bunch and I still got a few more to do, and it's a tedious task. So I thought, hey, how about I go live and at least I can, yap at you guys, you know? So, hello everyone. I'm thinking that notifications seem to be working and are going out. Cause yeah, this was not planned. This is just bonus. Yeah. So, anywho, everything. Yeah, we like randomness. Chris isn't here. He's doing his own thing. This is just is. So we'll just see how things go. And yeah, you guys are tuning in. Woohoo. Everything seems to be working. I did post a link. Oh, wrong ink pad. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. I did post a link. Hello, Francie. To the Altenew Fresh Dye Ink pads. These. Oh, no, this label's like very pale. These guys. I've been slowly collecting them. I've had a lot of questions and things about them. Yay. I'm glad it's sometimes notifications work, not always. Um so yeah, we'll just chat. Anyway, I've been curious about them. I got a couple sets. I used a couple sets in that video I did earlier this month, the floral. It was the Altenew one. Because I did was it Instagram? Yeah, an Instagram hop. There's a video, and I used a couple of their sets of fresh dye inks, and so far very much liking them. So my big thing though is they need labels. So that's literally what I'm doing. I've got their big size of my head. I got a pack of these labels, and you wrap them around. That's what I'm doing. That's it. It's not rocket science. It's pretty simple, but yeah, yeah. Because I need to see, and I prefer like labels like this, like they're glossy, you know, versus um doing them myself, because I've done my own labels, and thumbs down to that because they don't last. Other than using actual like label material, like the not Dymo. I'm thinking of like the little brother label maker, that we used to always use, that prints on the kind of the similar material, the kind of plasticky type material. Those ones hold up, but they don't have color on them, and that annoys me. I like. I'm a visual. Everything need color. Color. I like color, obviously. So, okay, I gotta pay attention to like the comments too. Yes, I do plan on being at Create. Um, for those that aren't aware of what Create is, it's a Simon Says Stamp event in Columbus, Ohio. It's in May. It's too late for people that weren't aware of it. They sold out completely. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's completely sold out. So I am gonna be there though. There was something else. What Simon Says ink pads in purple do you recommend? Depends on what shades you go for. I don't recommend colors to nobody. Because it's personal, preference. And I am someone who likes all the colors. Like I tend towards like the bright colors. Um, but I'm all over the place. Like, it depends on my mood. It depends on, like, if I'm doing a color challenge, you know, and I like to have all of them. Hence me, like, collecting and, like, building up these Altenew ones. Did I need them? No. I was like, they have so many colors. I love it. I love it. Anyway. Um, yes. I'm curious what these inks too. I have the old ones. Yeah, the fresh dye inks from Altenew. I don't have their crisp dye inks were the original ones. Um, I've never used them. Um, I'm pretty sure though that I'm familiar with the formula of the crisp dye inks just because from the type of ink pad. I've used that formula. I'm pretty sure, I can't say 100%, but I've used it in the past. And it was okay. The only thing I was always really frustrated with was um trying to go from darker to lighter on a stamp. A lot of times you always, it's just that certain type of formula that you had to be really 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 good at cleaning your stamps, and I don't. I just give them a swipe and go on with what my day. But for like ink blending and things like that too, I think, again, don't quote me because I'm not familiar with the Altenew crisp dye inks, but I think those ones are not water reactive, I think. And that's also kind of nice. I kind of like um having inks that aren't water reactive. In addition, I love my water reactive inks, they're the best. But I like having non-water reactive inks. So, but from what I understand, again, don't quote me, that Altenew is phasing out the crisp dye inks. They'll continue to offer the refills for, because people who have them and, want to continue using them, etc. But I think they're phasing them out and they're going to stick with these. Again, don't quote me. I'm just repeating things I've seen online. So, we shall see. Um, so yes, hello, hello, hello. Um, okay. Do do do. Um, yeah, you can't go wrong with the positively saturated inks. And there's so many colors. The first initial releases, like the OG 60 altogether, it was like 48 to 60 of the positively saturated inks were very much more brighter, like brighter colors. It was definitely lacking in the more muted, fall shades, muted shades, etc. But that's what they've been adding. And now there's like 72, 75 something shades so far. I'm not even sure exactly what we're at now. And the last however many have been the more like muted colors, deeper tones, etc. And I'm just like, here for it. So yeah, what's your favorite brand of ink pads? No. I don't have a favorite brand because I have Simon's Positively Saturated and Concord and Ninths inks. Love them. I find those to be very similar formulas. And then of course my Distress inks, Distress Oxides, fabulous. And then I'm getting into these Altenew Fresh Dye inks, and they each have their place. And again, people don't need every single one. I do, because I like them. I like having as many colors as possible. And the thing with the Fresh Dye, along with Simon's, Concord and Ninths, these regular Distress inks, everything but the oxides do have cube options, which is nice. Um, and because you can get, more colors for less monies, and they take up a lot less storage space. I am still not 100% certain how I'm going to store these Fresh Dye inks, but I wanted the round. I don't know why. I wanted the rounding. I don't know why. I just needed the larger ones. Is what it is. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep labeling them, hopefully doing it right, so that we can, yeah. I just ordered the 3 new ones. I assume you mean the 3 newest with the positively saturated. That was, oh, where did I put them? Clay, terracotta, and brick. And I haven't used them yet. They're pretty. It's like those colors I will be probably using like constantly once we get into like late summer into fall, you know. But I'm sure I'll pull them out for other things as well. Because yeah, again, it depends on my mood. It depends on what I'm creating for. It depends on all the things. So, anywho, um, collection. I only have the Altenew crisp ones, yeah, and I think they're good inks. Um, I just yeah, I'm not 100% certain if they are water reactive or not, and yeah. Um, Question: which glitter cardstock cuts easily with dyes? Simon says Stamps glitter cardstock, Altenew's glitter cardstock, Tonic's glitter cardstock. I think those are the only three brands I have. Altenew's is the thickest in terms of weight, but I've never had a problem die cutting with it. And then Simon's and Tonic's. I'm just trying to think if there's any other brands that I've used. I think Lawn Fawn has glitter cardstock. Um, and theirs would probably be really good too because I have some, like I have Lawn Fawn cardstock and I have Lawn Fawn's, of course, Pearlescent Vellum. That's amazing and I love it. And um, yeah, I've never had an issue with any of those. They all die cut with zero problems. I have literally, again, I wouldn't show it in my videos if it's something I like end up being really frustrated with or I find that doesn't work or whatever the issue is. I just don't show it in a video. Like I won't use it. But those are the ones I'm familiar with. And of course now I need a Kleenex because the minute you go live your nose starts to run. Because you know, that's just how it is. So anyway. Yeah, so hello to people just tuning in. Nothing crazy, nothing um just just chilling, just hanging out and chilling. My hair's like all over the place, whatever. I don't care. Um so yeah. What ink do you use with alcohol markers? Simon's Intense Black ink. Again, it's in the videos and it's shown and listed and linked, and I've used the same ink for many, many years in hundreds of videos. I think I missed most of this chat. No, I've only been live for like 12 minutes. Hasn't even been 20 minutes. This was just an impromptu, unscheduled thing. So we're just gonna hang out. So yeah, yeah. And I'm just gonna keep Persian blue. I'm just gonna keep labeling my ink pads until I run out of labels. Would love a muted blue trio from Simon with a lovely navy. I know, right? That would be fabulous. That is one thing they don't have um, enough of is blues. And I say that though, even as someone, I don't reach for blue very often, you know? But when I do use, like, it's weird. It's just one of those colors that I love blue. I love blue. Blue, gorgeous. But when I'm crafting, it's just not something I reach for. But when I make a point of reaching for a blue, you know, incorporating it, I'm like, I love this. It's beautiful. Why don't I use blue more often? I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. Um, what am I doing? Caribbean. Okay, making sure I'm putting the right label on the right ink pad because I really don't want to have to redo any of this. So, yeah, yeah. Go around and make sure that these are going on here the way they're supposed to. Okay. Does anyone feel like they've lost their mojo? Um, yeah, that's why I do things like this. I do when I'm just not feeling particularly creative. I do mindless tasks like labeling and swatching, organizing, all the things that I have 5 million, um, 5 million things to do that I just don't have time for. But when I'm feeling like don't have any creative energy, everything sucks, wah, I will, which is right this moment, because I have other work I need to do and videos I need to film and edit and yada yada yada, and I just wasn't in the mood, so I was like, I'm going to label because that's what needs to be done. So, yeah. Got your downward camera. It's run. The camera's running. It is working right now. In fact, we'll see. Tomorrow's live, the official, YouTube live is scheduled and ready to go. I haven't posted to the socials, the link, but it's there. It's ready to go. I did that right before I went live on here, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I haven't had time to do any serious troubleshooting behind the scenes. It has been a week from hell with just a lot of crap that I've had to deal with. And yeah, haven't had a chance. And then of course, doing this live, impromptu and live streaming to two separate places. I'm, streaming to my Facebook page and to my YouTube channel. And everything seems to be working perfectly fine. Because of course it is. Because that's what happens. I don't know. It's unbelievably frustrating. Um, so yeah, we'll just see. But so far so good. I'm not gonna bother switching the camera down to the um face or the straight down camera because we just don't need to. At least not right now. So yeah. Um, um I missed something. Let me. Yeah, I totally missed something. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What is happening? Says in the title of the video. Um, I've really gotten tired of the A2 card size. Have you considered making 5x7 cards? I've made many 5x7 cards. I like the A2 size. So, yeah. Like, if you're tired of it, then don't make them. Anything you see on an A2 card, you can easily scale it up because 5x7 isn't that much bigger. So take the inspiration and then just make it on a 5x7 card. You've got a little more real estate. You can have a bit more of a border, things like that. But yeah, like I do make 5x7, just not very often because I prefer the A2 size. It's just what I enjoy. Um, do we need water-based ink for alcohol markers? Yes, technically. Um, Hello. And then put out quite a few videos. I didn't put out near as many videos as I was actually planning on. It's been chaos behind the scenes. Okay. I hope I get to see your face in person. Great. Yeah, I'm planning on being there. Like that is the plan. And yeah, we will just see where everything goes, because it's just um life is chaos. Life is chaos, It just is. So we'll just see. But thankfully we still have, this is March, April, goodness, not even 2 months now. Less than 2 months until Create. That's insane. It felt like it was so far away when I booked my flight. I was like, it's never happening. It's never gonna happen. And yeah, now it's like, oh, we're almost at the end of March now. This is crazy. Everything's crazy. So, um, you know, like is what it is. I can switch down to the overhead for now. Yeah, nothing. That's it. This is all I'm doing. Um, unwrapping and then labeling ink pads. Nothing too crazy. Um, I struggle with writing enough. Here, let me. I struggle with writing enough in a 5x7 card to most of my friends and family, so I stick with A2. Yeah, for some, I put so much stuff on the insides of my cards, but even that, I don't write a whole lot. Those that have received cards from me, I keep it pretty brief. Mostly because also, one, I don't have a whole lot to say on the inside of a card, and two, writing really aggravates my hand and wrist issues. So, yeah. Um, the fresh dye inks are felt. Oh, this one's dark. Let me grab a lighter color. Wait, I need to line that up proper. There we go. There we go. They're felt. So they're your like OG. The only thing different about these is the shape, but they're your typical firm felt and linen topped ink pad. And again, this gets into personal preference. And then these ones specifically, they have little lines on them. There's a little line on the lid, and then there's a little line on the base. So you just line those up, and that's it. And they don't tighten. Like, they don't click. You don't have to reef on them. They'll just kind of be like that. And at first I was like, I'm not sure, but oh yeah, they're not going anywhere, unless you're going to like fling them across the room really good. But even then, it's like you still have quite a bit of time before they are going to undo. So, and again, personal preference. So far, I'm liking these. I haven't used them a whole lot yet, so I'm not just leaving it at that. But I like my foam ones. Distress inks and oxides are the felt and linen top ink pads as well. And then the Simon Positively Saturated and the Concord and Ninth are the foam ink pads. And I like them all. They're all good. So, yeah. I stamp a sentiment or two on the inside. Yeah, on the insides of cards, I stamp sentiments. I'll do stenciling. The video I posted this morning. Yeah, I had a video that went up this morning. I stenciled on the inside and stamped a sentiment. I'll add pattern paper, all kinds of things. You guys know that watch my videos for long enough. I do all kinds of things on the insides of my cards. It just gives it a little extra something so that it's not just plain and boring. And yeah. And then sometimes I will literally do just a simple little sentiment. That's it. It always depends just on my mood when I'm when I'm making. There's got to be something on the inside, but it doesn't need to be um, overly complicated or difficult or anything. And if you choose to leave the insides of your cards blank, that's fine. Like, again, it's all up to personal preference. With like, there's no hard and fast rules. People get too hung up on arbitrary rules that don't exist. Like, and I see it a lot. Like in some of the comments and questions I get, like I was like, there's no rules. Like there's rules when it comes to um uses of certain products and what they work best with, or like, yeah, like don't mix alcohol ink markers with like oil based inks, those sorts of things. Like those are rules. However, even those, you don't have to follow them. Now, if you end up with a completely smeared image and everything is an absolute mess, well, yeah, you broke the rules. However, those are still like, it's more like a best practice. This is a guide, you know. Manufacturers suggest this is how you do it, and then you just figure things out on your own, um if that makes sense. And yeah, that's like I said, art has no rules or right designs. Exactly. You know, there's rules of thumb. You know, odd numbers, triangle formations, the rule of thirds, yada yada yada. Like there's all kinds of things. Again, those are guides. You know, they're guides. They're not, you know, rules. Rules are meant to be broken within reason, especially in art. But I don't know. I've had a lot of people more and more recently just get very very hung up on just arbitrary things, and I find it a little bit frustrating in a sense, because I was like, you need to just chill, man. Again, it's card making. You know, we make cards. We're not. This isn't rocket science. This isn't any of it. Like, just chill. Enjoy the process. You know, and then thankfully we also have the wonderful world of Google, and a lot of things you can just Google it. You know, when because they're just, again, there's certain things that you might end up with a hot mess, but it's also not the end of the world. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm rambling. Um, so yeah. Uh, if you get the new loaner passed, I don't know what that means. So okay, so those are labeled, and then do I even have those colors? Oh yeah, oh, I have that one. I don't have the other. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna be on for a whole lot longer because I'm gonna end up literally running out of. There we go. I was like, where? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Because I don't have a whole lot left to label, so this will be just a fun little chat. Um, these will fit into any um standard ink pad holder. Um, the only thing is, because they are shorter than your tip one back here. That's the ink I use with alcohol markers. I don't have a link to it, but yeah, Simon's Intense Black. So there's your standard size ink pad. So these guys are a bit smaller. So these will fit. They're about, yeah, they're about the exact same height, you know, and they're not wider. So these will fit in any ink pad holder that'll hold. You just need to put a buffer. So if it's like a flat, you know, put a piece of cardboard or something in the back of it so that it doesn't slide into the back of the ink pad holder, and they're good to go. So yeah, because that's also what really held me back for the longest time with these. I was like, how do you store these? What the heck, you know? And then, oh, I did that little Altenew podcast. I posted it on my socials. It's on the Altenew YouTube channel. But I filmed that with Bridget. Gosh, that was months ago. And then it went live earlier this month, like a couple weeks ago, something. And when I was talking to her, and we were talking about these inks, and I was saying, I was like, you know, and then she showed me like she stores them exactly how she stores her like oxides and distress inks, etc. And I was like, oh, okay, good to know. That's all. I was like, that was my only real hang up, was storage, because I was like, I don't, like, where am I gonna, like, how do you store these? They're round. That's weird. So yeah, that's they'll store. You just have to stick a little finger um in the. They do. They look chunky, but they're not. You know, I was like, why are you guys coming out with these inks in this weird size and, you know, this weird shape? I was like, really? But yeah, yeah, they made sure that they're not thicker than, yeah. So they're not taller than a standard ink pad, and they're not wider than a standard ink pad. So they were thinking, so these will fit. It's just that. So you can just stick, and I've done that because you have to do that with your distress inks and oxides as well, because the square size, which here. Because yeah, there's your standard. It's just about the same size, really, as a distress ink, you know? So I was like, oh, once I actually got them in my hands, I was like, they're not that different, in that sense. So I like it. Um, uh, oh, did you get the new Ranger Simon Hurley Neon Lunar Paste? No. Um, I will. I'm thinking about ordering them. I just haven't. Again, I haven't had time to think. I was. I watched his premiere. That was yesterday. So I was kind of chatting a bit with people in the live chat yesterday when he like revealed those pastes, and yeah, they look super fun. I like my lunar paste. I just I'll probably have to order them, but that will mean that I won't even get them in my hands until mid early mid April if I order them in the near future. We'll see. I again I haven't had time to think. Do you have the Gina K die cutting machine? Nope. Um okay. Thank you guys. Round pro they are. I That's part of it too. I was like I like and I don't have very big hands, but they are very nice to hold. But again, I've literally only used them to ink blend with. So they were just sitting and I was using like blending brushes and stuff. I haven't actually even stamped with any of these inks yet. I will be. I've got many of them now. Um just stay tuned. You guys will see them in um upcoming videos cuz yeah. Sika did a stencil with him. Yes, I just saw that. I'm not on Instagram very much because Instagram is driving me insane. But yeah, I saw Sika's little reel on Instagram with the neon lunar paste on black cardstock, and I was just like, yes, very nice. Love. Probably need to get them. I can't even think straight right now. Everything is chaotic. So chaotic. So insane. I don't even have words, honestly. Okay. So we got that combo. And now we do this one. So yeah. And yeah, the Altenew little labels have even um like this one's got the labels of the like what the combos are called. So like Nature's Wonder, Coffee Break, Martian Terrain, and then things like fresh dye inks, favorite inks. You can label like swatches and stuff. And then there's, they added, sentiments, like just all sorts of little things. So yeah, I'm gonna keep all of these for the future once I figure out, yeah, how I want to swatch them, how I want to start. I don't even know. This is just, um, this is I'm just at the baby stages with the Altenew stuff. So just stay tuned. Right? Okay, I got the right one. Good. Uh um make sure I got that. I go back and watch your videos using the Simon Stamp mushrooms. Huh. Yeah, I gotta pull those out again. I was actually gonna use them in last week's live, but then completely changed my plan at the last minute and did something different. Um but yeah, because I think I have 3 mushroom sets now. Yeah, because I have a second set of those mushrooms because I purchased a second set just to make my life easier. And I'll have more videos coming using them. I just can't. I need more hours. I need more hours in the day. I need more days in the week. An extra month in the year would be wonderful. I can't. I can't keep up with all the things, you know? But we shall see. I like the range of browns. They seem to be unique from other. Yes. Altenew's Fresh Dye Inks that what I'm like seeing so far. I legit need to swatch them. That will not be happening today. Because that's going to be a bit of a a bit of a process. I need to swatch them to really see, because no matter what, like the color on the printed color on the ink pad versus labels, are never accurate to what it actually looks like on cardstock. So for me, swatching is necessary, but that's also a time thing, and I don't have enough time. So just is what it is. Okay. I just kind of start from like one of the little notches basically, and then you just start applying it. I don't know. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Pretty basic. And then, yeah. And looks a million times better than anything I could like print myself, because I suck at making labels. I really do. That's And I hate dealing with label software of any sort. It drives me insane. Hello to Australia. Anyway, okay. So I got this one, and then I have one more set. This is a really pretty color too. Mahogany bark. Very pretty. So yeah. Let's get this one stuck into place. So, okay. Got that one. And then, like I said, I'm keeping the other ones. Oh, there's an extra one. And then this one is, I don't have this quad. Blush, Rouge, Crimson, and Velvet. Don't knock it anywhere. Yeah, I don't have those. I will need to get them at some point. But I do have those four, of course, because those are very pretty. And I think they were like the first ones that I ordered. I was like, these are my colors. Hello. So, yeah. I also need to still get a few of the label. Ooh, do not fall over. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. Okay. Oh, nope. Stop it. Stop. Okay. Last thing I want. I've already done this multiple times, like knocked over my containers and all the inks go fly. Anyway. What ink would you recommend for someone on a budget? Any of them. You can get ink cubes, because like almost all the brands offer inks in cubes, and that is a great way to. And that's I've purchased many ink cubes over the years, especially when especially when my budget was like non-existent for crafting stuff, even doing it as a job. And yeah, I would just get little sets of ink cubes, because it was like, oh, for the price of basically like kind of 1.5 ink pads, you can get a set of 4 ink cubes. So, okay. Okay, I got the right ones. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. So, just making sure I got everything lined up. There we go. I'm gonna get that. And that. Just stick this into place. At least these ink pads have screw lids so they don't go flying everywhere. Technically, but again, if you knock things over well enough, the ink pads, the lids can still come off, because again, they're not like tight, but it would take a fair bit to get them to really like come flying off. So yeah, I'm kind of just, I wasn't sure if I would like this, because I'm so used to just being able to, pull off the lid. but this doesn't bother me. They, you know, the notches are pretty obvious, like where they are. Um, yeah, take it off. You line up the notches, and that's it. You know, super simple. Um, so yeah. Um, I love these inks. Oh yes, yeah, and yes, that's another reason why I wanted to get the Fresh Dye Inks, because I've heard a lot of people say the exact same thing, that these work really nicely with the Better Press, and I was like, say no more. Even though I still need to pull out my Better Press, I got 5 million things I want to do. Um, so yeah, it's although almost any ink works with the Better Press. You know, they've got the Better Press ink, which is obviously formulated to be the best, and it's great. I love the Better Press ink. But yeah, these inks work great. Um, I did. Oh, and I did. I did in one of my lives, because the live I did like a month ago, something. I used one of the Altenew press plates in the Better Press, and I used. In fact, I think that was my very. It was. It was one of my very first time using Altenew Fresh Dye Inks, because I used. I think it was blush. I'm just trying to remember what color it was. I used one of their inks on the inside. Might have been rose quartz, potentially. It was one of them. Anyway, and I used it on the inside of the card on a panel, and it worked it worked perfectly. I was pleased with um with that. Okay. Thanks, Jessica. Yeah, live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central on my YouTube channel. Woo. Um. So yeah. Um. Yes, you did. You know, I had to do what he does. Yeah. 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 No, I'm happy with these inks. Altenew has sent me um, a few sets. I've purchased some sets of my own because I liked them, and I was like, I do really like that theirs are sets of 4. You know, so you got a light, a medium, a dark, and an extra dark. Yeah, I like that. You know, I was like, hello, I like that. You know, I like the trios too, you know, Simon's trios, etc. I like having, especially nowadays, with the way the products are being designed and everything, with layering stencils and, you know, layering stamps, etc. I like having trios or quads of colors. It means as a little bit less thinking on my part, because it's like, oh, I can just grab like one little set and all those colors go together, you know? So I don't have to sit and think for very long, because thinking a lot of times is overrated. So, anywho, this is the last one, because for some reason, don't have this set of 4. And then I need to look and get. I have other labels that I need to get my hands on, because I have a couple other sets here that are not, um, that I don't have labels for. So I gotta figure that out too. Add that to my list of things to get my hands on, so that I can be a little more organized. And there we go. Dewdrops? Yeah, that's the color. Because yeah, everything needs to be labeled. It makes life so much easier. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfection. So yeah. And yeah, like I said, these come in ink cubes as well. You can get them as like full sets of 4. You can also get them just individually. So, options. Options. That's all that um matters, in my opinion, is just having options, because you don't need to You don't need all the colors. I don't need all the colors. I just want all the colors because I like having options. But you don't need all the colors. You don't need to stick with just one brand. You know, I don't tell people, again, because people will email and comment, etc., and ask, and I will not ever. I don't tell people, like, well, you should start with this, you should get this, you should get XYZ brand in XYZ color. I don't tell people what colors to start with because, let me switch this back to my face because I'm getting annoyed. There we go. I don't tell people what colors to get because that, again, that is personal preference. You know what my favorite colors are, or the colors that I reach for, or gravitate towards. Not the same. You know, everyone's got different preferences. And when it comes to like, there's so many options now. I'm not going to tell people, oh, like this brand is better than this brand, or whatever. Like, there's a lot of good ones. You know, there's so many good ones, and I only have, like, I got a lot now of these, of the Altenew ones, but like, I'm new to these. I've got my Simon inks, positive side. I have my Concord and Ninth inks, distress inks, of course, distress and oxides. Those are a given. Um, and then I've got a few random like ink cubes. Like I have some Gina K ink cubes. I have Lawn Fawn's inks, like the cubes. And for me, I personally don't reach for those ink cubes like ever. But mostly it's a case of not that they're bad, they're great. They have great colors and a lot of variety, and they stamp great, all the things. I just, for me, it's like out of sight, out of mind. So I forget that I have them. The only ink cubes I use consistently are my little distress ink cubes. That's it. Because those ones are just, distress is distress. Those ones are just their own unique little category. So anyway, um, I wish I could do open shelves. It's too dusty. And yeah, that I get 100%. Because even here in the garage, you guys can't see it, thankfully, but dust is constant and it drives me insane. Like I can literally see I have dust on top of like everything in here because it just gets in here. Everything's dusty. It's gross. Like it never ends, but is what it is. Um, I don't need anything, but I definitely want it. Truth. Um, yeah, exactly. I only have 6 of the Altenew full-size pads, plus a few cubes. They're great, but so are many of the other well-known brands. They're all great. Oh yeah, they're just, we have so many options now, and I love it because we didn't back in the day. For many years, for so many years, there were like no options. People that haven't been card making as long, um, they don't remember back in the dark times when we literally, it's like you had a Versamark ink pad, um, a Memento Tuxedo Black, the Memento Dewdrops, which that's what I used to use a lot of, was the Memento Dewdrops chalk inks. Those don't even exist anymore. Things have changed. Do the cubes come in sets of 4? With the Altenew, yes, I have a link. It's should be in the description box on YouTube and then on Facebook. It's either above or below. I forget how it appears when I'm live on Facebook. But I posted a link. You can click on it, and it'll show all the options to the fresh dye inks. Because yeah, I just put fresh dye inks like into the search or whatever, and like posted a link for that. And yeah, I think all those ink cubes, pretty much most brands sell them as sets of 4 because it's just easier to package and distribute that way. The only place I'm aware of, off, like, again, because I work with Simon Says Stamp, like I'm affiliated with them, I'm exclusive to them. Because even distress ink cubes are sold in sets of 4. However, Simon Says Stamp has them available individually, but that's something that they are doing like on their own. So yeah. Um, Sometimes I miss those days. I don't. uh Sometimes things are a little chaotic, but I love what we've got now. I'm very overwhelmed because, okay, I do this as a job. I'm very overwhelmed. I got too much stuff and not enough time and everything's chaotic, but Yeah, I love the options. I really do. And I love all the colors that are available. And yeah, I've come a long way from like having one little box, with a few little things and my little plastic folding table. Because that's what I had. One of those little Costco, they get at Costco, those plastic life proof or lifetime, whatever the brand is at Costco, because they still sell them. Those little folding tables. And then like having so many issues, and I couldn't figure out for the longest time why I was having such a hard time with my wood stamps and not like the bigger images and not getting like they weren't stamping, and it was because that plastic table had give, because it wasn't solid. Good times, man. Don't miss it. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me on my little random impromptu live. I've labeled all the ink pads that I'm able to label. I'm gonna have to um, get the other labels that I need, which is now that I know specifically, because that was part of it. I was too overwhelmed because I was like, oh my gosh. So now that the ones I have are labeled, now I can figure out which ones I'm missing and need to get. And also I need to like find this one ink set because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. So, yeah, everything is good. We have tons of fun things. It's getting to be close to supper time here, so I'm going to like go make some food and deal with 5 million other things. And then yeah, stay tuned. It's already up, but I will post on my socials, so my Facebook and my Instagram and my community page on YouTube, um, live tomorrow. The official live. On Sundays we go live. So 2 p.m. Central. My brain is like already just like shutting down for the day. It's too early for that. I have so much work to do. But yeah, I'll go live tomorrow for an actual card making of some sort. I still have no idea what I'm gonna make. We'll figure it out as we get there. So I'll be live tomorrow, and then stay tuned. I will probably have um potentially. I don't know if I was gonna have another video posted today. I don't know if I'm gonna get it done um before tomorrow's live, because I'm just like I said, it's been a really, really long week. I am really, really tired and circling the drain. On top of the fact that um starting for those that, are into video games, I'm a professional gamer. I always say that to Chris. I'm not. I'm not. But I like playing Stardew Valley, and they had a major update earlier this week, or like on the first day of spring was like the big 1.6 update. So I started playing that again because I haven't played Stardew Valley in several months. And it's just such a comfy game. I love it. I love Stardew Valley so much. But also that update only applies to people that play like on like a computer, that have a Steam account, etc. So for those that play like on the Switch and things, I don't think that update's available yet. I have no idea. Okay, I'm like such a professional gamer. I know everything. But yeah, it's my favorite little cozy game. So I'm probably gonna like curl up for a bit and maybe even have a nap because I'm just feeling like utterly exhausted at the moment. It's funny how it'll hit you like a pile of bricks. So yeah. But yeah, I have plans. I have a very interesting color combo, sort of florally idea that'll be coming soon. And 5 million other things, really. And then the live tomorrow, plus other things. Like I said, I'm just like kind of treading water, but it feels like I'm in a swamp and like treading sludge. That's how it's been feeling lately. So yeah, it'll be okay. Yeah, everything should be good. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on a very naps are great. Truth, they're the best. I love naps. The rare times I actually get one. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't need them as often as I used to. Like a little over a year ago when my health was a lot worse, I was napping a lot. So anyway, um, that's all I got to say at the moment. I'm going to put all these ink pads, and again, they're just in a container for now. I don't have them like actual store. I'm out of space again, but I'm just gonna put these in a container where I can't knock them over. I'm literally stressed that I'm going to, there we go, knock over the container of ink pads, and that would make me really, really sad. And then, yeah, live tomorrow, so you guys can hopefully come and hang out with me. Hang out with me tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. I'll post the after as soon as this is done. I'll post the graphic like I always do with the link directly to the live, and then let's just all hope that I can do tomorrow's live with like this one's working fine. And I can see in my software the downward facing camera, everything's fine. It's working fine. I don't know why. That's the problem. It's like I'll do random things like this, like flying by the seat of my pants. No scheduling, no planning, no nothing, and everything works fine. And then I do my hair's bugging me. And then I'll do my scheduled live, you know, with bigger audience and we're making a card and and everything breaks. Why? Why? It's so frustrating, but that's just my life in a nutshell. Really, really, that's just how things are. So, I think that's it. I don't think I have any other housekeeping things other than, oh, check out the video I posted earlier today. Just the regular edited video, and I already put the cards away. The happy birthday cards I posted earlier today on YouTube, and I linked it on all my socials. Because that's part of a blog hop for the Simon Says Stamp March release that just came out a few days ago. Yeah, something. It was earlier this week. Yeah, I'm like losing track of time. So, yeah, quit telling the gremlins you're going live. I know, right? It's true. It's true. The gremlins have been just really, really, really frustrating. Like, and again, it's one of those things where it's like trying to narrow down what's happening and why. And as always in my life, it's like there's no rhyme or reason. It's just random. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get some work done, and then hopefully I'll be able to just shut everything down, chill out for a bit, play my little video games, and maybe have a nap or go to bed early. That would be wonderful too. So, anywho, maybe it's the ads. No, it's not. That has nothing to do with it. Um, yeah, yeah. People complaining about the ads, especially during lives, those help pay the bills. Like literally, you know, and it's not very much. Not anywhere near what it used to be with AdSense back in the day, but it all adds up, and you know, all this content. This is an exception. Like this live is just me blabbing. I'm not actually providing anything, really, really. But yeah, free content, ads are a thing. Because yeah, I've had some rather rude comments and rude complaints and things, and I gotta pay the bills, man. Like this is my job, and for all the videos I put out and all the things, like I gotta pay the bills, and the amount of money invested just in the tech to do the videos is it's insane. So yeah, that's definitely not affecting anything on the back end. That's just YouTube's thing, you know, rolls out the ads, it does its thing. So yeah, and thank you, Shanna. Um, yeah, those cards were they were random. Literally, it was one of those things where I had a vague idea in my head, and then it completely took another like path as I was making them. Like completely veered away from what was in my head, and I was fine with it. I just went with it. You know, sometimes it's like, oh no, this is a hot mess, but I was like, we'll just see. Um, and thank you, Shauna. Uh, yeah, it is one of those things, and I get it. Ads can be annoying. I do purposely. I don't even know. It used to be an option. I'm not sure if that's an option anymore because delve deep into like the algorithmic back end of things. Um, it used to be an option, but I don't think it is anymore. But maybe it is, and I just because I've never enabled it. There used to be an option where with ads, you could actually click a button and have like and make it so that the ads were non-skippable. So like your audience was stuck watching those ads, and like sometimes ads can be like insanely long. You know, sometimes there's people that will pay for an entire video, like a 2-hour movie or whatever, as an ad. And I'm like, who's gonna sit through that? I won't, and I don't expect anyone to. It's like click, skip it. So I've never enabled that ever, and I never will, because that I think that's mean. Um, so yeah, I've always enabled or allowed the like little skip button to show up and skip it. I'm fine with that. I won't force nobody to do nothing. So, um, oh, and thank you. Um, I grew up with commercials too. That used to, and it was just, it's a funny, because it's a conversation we've had with, you know, all the younger peoples, you know, and it was like back in my day, and I'm like, it really was. I was like, back in the day, I'm like, when there was a commercial break, I'm like, that was your time. Like you literally, it's like you knew you had like this much time to run, go to the bathroom, grab a snack. Like you had to be back in front of the TV before the commercial break was over, because otherwise you're going to miss the show, and that was it. Like we didn't, you know, before we had the VCRs and ways to record or anything. Because when I was growing up, we never had, until I'm not even sure when we finally had a VCR that had, you know, the recording option. But it's like we didn't have that option. So, and then I just find it funny now, because when the kids are like losing their minds over like needing to go to the bathroom during a show, a movie, whatever, and I was like, there's a pause button. I'm like, this is all streaming. Like none of this is like press pause, go do your thing, go grab a snack, you can come back to it. Like I was like, it's not like how it was back in our day. It's true though. It's so true. uh Back in my day. Yeah, we were talking about this in one of my recent lives. Like back in my day, I was the remote control. I know, right? Whoever was sitting closest to the TV was the one that had to like click the buttons. Uh yeah. So yeah, things are just different. But yes, I do understand. I get it. Because I'll be watching, there's some videos I'll be watching, because I watch a lot of YouTube, just random stuff. I keep it on in the background a lot of times when I'm working. And like sometimes the ads are just, I'm like, oh, it never ends. And I'm someone actually that I should be paying for YouTube. It's YouTube Premium. Yeah, I think that's what they call it. And you pay however much. I forget what it is. It's not that much. But if you do that, you actually get it ad free. And those of us like me that are content creators on YouTube, we get a percentage of that. It's tiny. It's a tiny minuscule. I'm not even sure what the percentage is or what it adds up to. It's not much, but I do get a little kickback from that, and it all helps. It all adds up. Every little tiny bit, you know. So those that want to, you know, especially if you consume a lot of YouTube, it's like just get a premium. I know Chris has it. I don't, but he does, because he's just like, ew, why are ads playing? I was like, dude, I don't have premium, because I just never think of it until I'm like in the middle of an annoying ad, and I'm like, why? So, yeah. Yeah. Anywho. Okay, I am officially going, because I'm going to go figure out supper things and put my ink pads and things away for now. And I will see you guys tomorrow. $9. Is that how much it is? $9 a month? That's not bad. I need to actually look into it. As someone who literally creates on YouTube, you'd think I would know these things, but again, I'm just like literally fly. I'm not joking when I say my life is chaotic and I fly by the seat of my pants. So I was like, I don't know. So when people are always asking me like questions about a lot of things, and I'm just like, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. He can share the premium with the family while you're in the same network. I don't know. It's different because, yeah, separate account. I don't even know. We haven't looked into it. He probably could potentially. Because my account obviously is like my business account. It is what it is. I don't even. I honestly don't care. Like for me, when I'm playing other people's YouTube videos, like especially other makers, like card makers and stuff, because I play a lot of their videos. I don't comment as much as I should. I know I need to. I'm really bad about that. Um, but yeah, a lot of time I just let the ads play because it's like give them that little kickback, those pennies that they're gonna get out of it. But I'm like, yay for you! So I just let them play. I don't even care, you know? Because yeah, again, every little bit helps. But okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna clean up my mess. I'll post the. I don't want to knock things over. I'll post the info about tomorrow's live on all my socials, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Those that are able to tune in, and yeah, let's all hope that everything works. Yeah, my camera, my down, I can see it on my software working fine. Everything's fine, you know. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys then.